Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. I like bonsoir more than bonjour, bonjour, bonsoir. Merci beaucoup. Every time they said beaucoup, I was like, steaks out here. This bit. Sorry, that was different. Tout beaucoup. And then I would explain it to Natasha why beaucoup makes me laugh. I was like, well, you haven't seen Full Metal Jacket.
And did she laugh? Did she get the joke?
She told me I've told her this before. It's one of those things that sticks with you. I didn't, when you hear beaucoup, do you not think of that Vietnamese lady in the second half of Full Metal Jacket? Full Metal Jacket has two halves. Like that second half, and that's the scene that starts it. Like they're in training, and then they go to Vietnam, and like the opening scene is that lady saying, what she'll do.
Right. To make you holler.
Yeah. Famously.
Famously. Yes.
She will love you for a long time. They speak French there, Alan.
Of course, because they call it,
Tout beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Arrivederci. No, hold on.
No, that's different.
I kept saying that while I was there. I was like, all right, arrivederci. Like, all right, gracias. Not even grazie, just gracias. Yeah. No, yeah. They laughed. They don't like it when you speak French poorly, Oh, wait, we're supposed to open the show. Alan, I forgot. I'm supposed to open the show for us.
Oh. Well, we should probably do that.
You're going to love this. You're going to love this.
I'm Anthony Scaramucci, and I never listen to None Taken.
The following program contains material that is just too cute. Viewer discretion is advised.
That's fantastic.
Isn't it? I've been waiting for 2 weeks.
The rest is politics guy.
I've been waiting for Anthony Scaramucci, famous for a podcast host. Anthony Scaramucci, yes. Nothing else that he's known for.
That's awesome, dude.
I've been waiting for 2 weeks to
Hell
show
yeah.
you. I had that in my pocket while we were watching the horsies.
Really? That's fantastic, dude. That's really cool. Dare I ask? It was probably expensive, yeah?
It wasn't. It was discounted for Mother's Day week.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice. We got a
Cameo
deal.
was like, send a message to Mom. I'm like, from Anthony Scaramucci? Okay. And he got the message. He got like... It's a confusing thing to ask someone to say that, and
it's really not. Although we have had people be confused.
Nancy
by
Kerrigan's people were like, Nancy doesn't understand. I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah.
I didn't ask you to grab your knee and say why a bunch of times while you cry.
Jesus Christ!
Right,
too soon, Dustin.
Is it too soon?
No, it's really not.
I think I have that. I mean, so can I ask you a question? I have a travel question for you.
Do tell.
Hold on, Nancy. Oh, yeah, I got it right here. I'm a bad person. Why? It's not supposed to be funny, right?
It's not supposed to be funny.
Why? That part at the end, I think, is what makes me laugh. You know what's great is as if we have a bunch of Gen Z listeners. Any of the Gen Z listeners have no idea what that is, right? Like, not at all.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
You got galoolied.
Galooly. Wow, that's a name we haven't heard for a while.
Yeah, Letterman drilled that into my head. Galooly. That was a word invented for. That was a last name invented for Letterman to repeat.
It does feel.
Got any gum? Got any gum? Hey, we're doing a podcast. I forgot. Alan, do you ever recline your seat on an airplane?
No.
Me and Natasha did our whole trip. We don't argue much, and if we do, I'm usually very quick to realize how I was in fact the one that was wrong. I mean, you've seen us argue about like dumb things, and
sure.
And it's like I could probably look at you and be like, "Well, I'm probably wrong, right on." But also so it was we were flying home.
Okay,
it was our flight home from Charles de Gaulle. And I'm a good husband. She always gets the middle. Or sorry, she wants window seats so she can lean up against it. Mm-hmm. Inevitably, she's like, "Well, it wasn't a comfortable window seat. I couldn't really lean right because of the shape of the window." I'm like, "All right, well, I'll just sit here in the middle, and you can not be appreciative of your window seat because you'd probably like the middle more." I mean, you're right. That window is probably uncomfortable.
Yeah, just lean on my shoulder, maybe.
I'll just sit here with my half of a armrest on each side, even though nobody respects the rule that you're supposed to get full armrest when you're in the middle. Anyways, this bitch in front of me puts her seat back. Actually, no, let me start over. When we sat down on the plane, her seat was reclined.
Already?
And, like, yeah. And like, so like that's a power move, right? To be like, hold on.
Yeah.
And like when the male stewardess
were her shoes off also? Like, was that a thing
I don't know. When the male stewardess walked by, I was like, hey, tray tables and seats in upright position. He's like, not until takeoff. I'm like, all right, it's cool. Now I'm the bad guy because like I just asked you that in front of her, you know?
Right.
So I get to the, so I'm like lining up my drinks so that by the time I'm on this, okay, so when we leave Charles de Gaulle, it's 2 p.m. It was like an 7.5 hour flight. We are losing time while we do it. And then we have a layover. And then by the time we get home from our layover, it was going to be like midnight our time. And then on top of that, it was going to be 7 hours ahead, something like that. Right.
Right.
So I needed to like work this out that I took like a couple hours nap in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that really only works if I get drunk. So I hit a couple airline bottles on the way in because I had one from my first flight, from our flight out that was left over. When I went through the duty free, I was like, oh, I get a little bit of fancy.
I know.
There's a little nice Scotch whiskey here. There's Johnny Walker Black here for the plane, and a little fancy little bottle. So I lined up 2 of those right as we got on the plane, and then they started serving as soon as we got up to cruising altitude. I got a second glass of wine from serving. I'm feeling great. I start falling asleep. I have a pretty decent neck pillow that's like, it's like a neck brace, basically. It's not like just a horseshoe. Like it just wraps on your, so you can actually like sit there and like your head doesn't actually like
it doesn't fall forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm doing good, but after a while, like you kind of have enough of that, you know, and I can't lean to my left. I can only lean to my right because there's a person to my left. Natasha's in the window. Mm-hmm. And finally I'm like, well, I'm going to put my arms down on the tray table and lean into the seat in front of me. And she puts her seat back. Okay. Now, in my defense, I was probably like in and out of sleep and admittedly
a little
drunk.
tipsy.
Yeah, admittedly.
Okay.
According to Natasha, I am sitting there like bucking into it. Now, I think that I was intentionally pushing against it to hopefully give her the impression that I don't want her to do this. Now, as I say this out loud to you now, I can already tell I was wrong, okay? Because you don't do that. And there isn't like the I wasn't bucking, I was pushing version where it leads to somebody in the seat in front of you being like, oh, that's right. I knew I was an asshole, but once you pressed, I was like, I guess
I figured out I was wrong. Okay.
Yeah. And then I started arguing. So I got mad because once Natasha was like calling me out for that, now I was arguing with her and I was awake. And I knew from the second that I woke up that I wasn't going to go back to sleep because I can barely sleep on a plane. I'm not like you.
Right.
So
it was game over.
I was like, I had everything fucking lined up and then I didn't get to sleep. And then I started arguing with her. I was like, this is bad etiquette, okay? And you need to be aggressive with people that do this shit to you. Like that person, fuck that person. And she's like, will you fucking stop?
You're saying this at that volume, so clearly this person...
Yeah, but it's plane noises, right?
Right, they got headphones on, maybe.
Dreamliners are pretty cool. I had headphones on. Okay. So I was probably louder than I thought, yeah.
Okay.
But, dude, like, we're all in economy. Like, it's not like we were in, like, economy plus or something like that. Like, if we're all in economy, you don't put your fucking seat back, right?
No.
Like, you fucking suffer like the rest of us plebs. You don't pretend that, like, a couple inches of moving your seat makes a difference. Can you imagine moving your seat in an airplane and it actually helps? Like, no. So just keep it where it is. Like, and also, bitch, I'm tall. You short, fat fuck in front of me. Sorry.
Shit. God damn. All right.
She had no business. She didn't need to. She doesn't need to. You God. I'm still mad about it, though.
I can tell.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt before takeoff, but once she did that, I was like, I thought maybe the person from the previous flight had put the seat back when she
left it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Pay for it if you want more leg room, right? Like,
yeah, upgrade. That doesn't do anything when you move your seat back. No, nothing.
No.
And it is disrespectful to the Us plebs got to join together, you know?
Too many people want you to know what it's like to be a short king. They're like, people don't know what it's like to be short. It's like, no, do you understand? These shorts need to understand what it's like to be tall, okay? Like, it is not comfortable to be crammed in there with the rest of you short fucks. And you make me, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. For being tall. Yeah.
I'm not getting over this. Also, like an hour later, she's sitting like this, leaning forward. And she didn't fucking pull her seat back up. That's actually, I lost my fucking mind when I saw that. I was like, bitch, you're leaning forward, pull your seat back up. Like.
Did you say this out loud or in your head?
Oh, in my head. I
Okay,
didn't really
good,
say that.
Good. Okay, good.
No, yelled it to my wife, though. I was like, this bitch has her seat back while she's leaning forward. I can't even make it easier to. All right. That's not how I wanted to start the show. Can you tell that I think I'm wrong? I'm still defending my bad actions, okay?
Yes, I can tell.
Tasha's going to hear this.
Hi, Tosh.
Yeah. I do have a regret from our trip to France. That
it's not headbutting the seat in front of you?
I mean, I kind of regret that. Honestly, I don't regret that. I regret arguing with my wife about it.
That's, you know what? Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. She could, because I played it off pretty well. Because Natasha, I genuinely, like, even though, like, I kind of knew what I was doing, I was drunk and half asleep. So I was like, huh? What?
Mm-hmm.
That was real life? I was doing that? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, hold on. Now I'm awake. So I have a regret from being in France.
Yes, do tell. Do tell.
I didn't go to McDonald's and get a Royale with cheese.
Oh no.
I'm fucking mad I didn't at least just look at it, right?
Shit.
I even joked about it.
The menu. Like,
I did. I was even joked about it. I was like, I want to go into this McDonald's. I like it at McDonald's in foreign countries. I thought I saw Burger King, and I thought maybe they had the surfboard. You know, the old right. the chicken sandwich surfboards.
Yeah.
Because we don't get that anymore here. But I've been told that they do that overseas. This was on my list. I forgot to do it. We ended up having good food everywhere we went instead of
Royals with cheese.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's a couple things I learned.
Oh, do tell.
I learned that in France it's just called onion soup.
Oh, it's not French onion soup.
Right.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah, okay.
And they do not serve French toast anywhere. And if they did, if you just order toast, it comes out as toast. There's no egg involved. It's not soggy egg. Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's it.
I wonder if, like...
Where did that come from, right?
Yeah, because, you know, like, German chocolate cake is not from Germany. Like,
you'd say this a lot, Alan.
Yeah, I wonder if there's something with French toast. I wonder if it's a similar thing.
Some
Maybe
guy named French?
Could be. It's possible.
Yeah. Well, it's you know what? Neither of us have any way of finding out right now.
No, we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll
never know.
This is another thing that I learned. We're
Do
start
tell.
the show soon, so don't even bother with your French toast research. I can see you typing. I'm gonna wait. Did you find anything yet? So we went to our Airbnb was close to a Bourdain restaurant that we were like super excited to go to, and it did not disappoint.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, and they serve frog legs there.
Oh,
and I'd say we gotta have frog legs when in Rome, right, Alan?
Absolutely.
Did you find anything about French toast?
Speaking of Rome, its earliest known ancestor dates back to the Roman Empire in the 4th century.
Talking about French toast?
Yeah, not from France. Yeah, it's from the Romans, dude.
I'm pretty sure they'd call it Gallic toast.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Vercingetorix and his toast. The Siege of Alicia. Alan, can I do the show?
Yeah, go ahead. You were saying.
All right, I got distracted.
Okay.
So we got frog legs, right?
Yes.
Now I don't know that I don't know that I've had frog legs before, but when I got these frog legs, they just served it as like a lower torso. It wasn't like here's a leg, here's another leg, right? It was like the upper part of the frog is not there, and there are combined frog legs, kind of like a wishbone situation, right? Like you could snap them off at the joint, at the hip, right? Let's come back to that because I think your brain's going the same place. I don't want you to spoil this. You love spoiling my punchlines.
I do. Okay, I won't.
Do you know frog legs have bones in them?
I mean, of course.
Yeah. I took a frog leg. I was like, chomp, what the fuck? There's barely any meat in here. I didn't know frogs had bones. I thought it was like shark rolls with cartilage or something.
No. They're
yeah. Tiny little bones in these little frog legs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's legs have bones in them usually.
Frogs got bones, so you live, you learn. And world traveler, Alan, you know.
The things you learn in France.
I'm an influencer.
Indeed.
This is what I found being an influencer. There's another thing I learned. I got to start the show. Let me find the button here. Another thing I learned was that the staff hates it. So they serve you the frog legs, like the lower torso of the frog, right? The staff hates it when you hold the two frog legs apart and say, I'm going to eat this frog's ass.
Y'all let me in this damn house.
I did.
Should we hit record?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
I'm sure you did.
All right, you ready?
I got a video of it.
I am ready. Are you recording?
You got to do the Patreon to see the video.
Yes. All right, well, you want to start a show?
Let's start a show.
That podcast is filling your head with garbage.
No offense taken there.
Well, it sounds like none taken.
Boom! Boys and days, girls and gays, episode number 572 of Nerd Taken, the internet's only debate current events show, with two political nomads from two different worlds. Shout out to Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band for the use of their song Ways and Means for intro music. Thank y'all for joining us. Time of this recording, it is Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. It's a great day for America. We are two coastal elites here to recap another week of current events and sharing way too much of our tragic personal life. We're taking a sledgehammer to the culture war echo chambers. Coming to you from the shores of the mighty Cumberland in Madison, Tennessee. I'm your host, Cred. That's my nickname. And right over there, about 2,400 miles directly northwest, is my good friend Alan, the Nature Boy Smith, coming to you from Timber Town, Morton, Washington, the horse fucking capital of the world. Please subscribe right now wherever you're listening to this. We don't have an advertising budget. Y'all are ads. And the best thing you can do is join the Patreon and keep this show ad-free. We are ad-free for a reason. It's because of everybody who's decided to go over to nonetaken.horse. You can go to nonetakenpod.com if you want, but you can go to nonetaken.horse, and it takes you... you can try... Alan, you know what they can do?
What can they do?
They can trot on over to nonetaken.horse.
Love it.
And if you go to nonetaken.horse, you join the Patreon. You can join for $3 a month, all the way up to $18 a month if you join at the highest level. And let me know. I will send you a T-shirt, something from the merch store. You can get one of the other things at the merch store. Speaking of that, it's been a while. It's been a while since we went into the merch store. So we've got the Allen's Edging Service long sleeve shirts, short sleeve also. It's got a pocket on it. We say cunt in this house, mugs in black and white, Culture War veteran can koozies. We got bumper stickers that say, please don't honk at me. My mom or dad is dead. We got Culture War veteran hats. We got cum rags that have the show logo on it and Alan's sweat. There's a lot on the show. Alan insists that they're golf rags.
I mean, they can be dual purpose, they can be both.
Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah. You have to keep your golf bag in the bedroom, though.
You're not always golfing, but you're always probably...
I don't know. The president golfs a lot.
That's true. You will buy a couple,
And you know what? He probably doesn't use cum rags.
Rotate them out, rotate
them. Do you think, Alan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think our current president uses a cum rag?
He is very, germophobic. I bet he uses wet wipes or something. That would be
nice.
Yeah.
Do you think he still makes cummies?
I don't want to think about that.
So I guess
given his diet, unlikely, probably.
So this has all been an elaborate pitch to join the Patreon. Is what that was. Go over to nonetaken.horse, join the show, be a part of the show. You guys keep the show going, and I can't stress this enough. I don't say this enough. We don't have ads in our show because people have joined the Patreon and they make this affordable for us. We are not making money. You might surprise you to hear that, but yeah, it makes it all worthwhile. So thank you so much. I sincerely mean that to all of you. And actually, in a few minutes, after Alan plugs the other things on that site, which I know you're waiting to do, one of the joys of my trip that I just came back from was getting to meet up with one of our bestest listeners, a Patreon member, John.
Hell yeah.
He insists on going by Bellind John, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Did you ever Google Bellind, Alan? I don't think you ever did.
No, I don't. I didn't.
So it's not intuitive to you?
No, it's definitely not. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, perhaps it is intuitive.
I don't know why he does this. I don't like it.
Sometimes you gotta...
in every other way, he's a British gentleman.
Dude, we have a website redirect called nunetaken.horse, so and podcast penis. Nunetaken.horse for all your none-taken needs. Head over to nunetaken.horse. Like Dustin said, join the Patreon. We appreciate all of you. Keep the show going. We got the merch store over there. We got all the socials, all the links, all the RSS feeds are at nunetaken.horse. Also, don't forget, support the people that support us. SlickitsDigital.com for all your SEO and marketing needs. SlickitsDigital.com. And JeffHancockPhotography.com for all your photographic needs. Jeff Hancock Photography. Yes. Hell yeah.
Give him the good pitch.
I did.
Are you familiar with Clemson's fight song?
No.
Hold the tiger, hold the tiger, hold it. When you said podcast penis, it just went podcast penis, podcast penis. It's a penis. It's a podcast dick. It's a dog. It's a dog. It's a horse and it's a zebra and it's got a penis. People are here for the first time.
I'm not familiar with that at all. When I hear Clemson, I just think Bart went to Clemson.
There's no P in Clemson. Bart Clemson?
No, Bart, Don Geronimo's kid.
Oh, Don's son went to Clemson, huh?
Yes. I think his mom did too, actually. But anyways.
May she rest in peace.
Yes, R.I.P. Frida. Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I hope you're all having a great week. Dustin
Are we really 22 minutes into this show?
Yes, we are.
What have we been doing? I've been talking about arguing with my wife on an airplane for an hour?
Well, not an hour, but
quarter of an hour?
A few minutes. So Dustin went on vacation to Europe.
And for Alan's birthday. I forgot to tell you, Alan.
Oh, yes.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Tosh, as well. Thank you.
Tosh, Alan says happy birthday.
We are birthday buddies.
Yeah.
So Dustin went to Europe. You can hear all about his travels on the Patreon episode at the Hidden Tracks. If you guys
spent
want
a
to hear
goddamn
about
fortune for my wife's birthday, but she's worth it.
I had a great birthday. I went out to a little place in Onalaska over here with the family.
Did you say you went to Alaska?
No, there's a town called Onalaska.
Is it two words?
No, one word. Onalaska. Yeah.
So they just made Alaska one word.
Yeah, Washington has lots of weird names for cities. Like, a lot of them are like indigenous people's names.
That's probably what that is, right?
That's probably where
they got Alaska from. They probably fucked up when they named Alaska. It was
probably. Yeah. Anyways, so I went to a place over there. Had a great time over there. Really, really, actually fun spot. I've never been there before. And then over the weekend, we had some people over. I made my famous Thai noodles, and I smoked.
I had Thai noodles in Amsterdam.
No shit. Were they good?
They were great.
Awesome. And I smoked a pork belly for the first time.
I bet you did.
It was really good, but I have some ideas of how to make it better next time. So
what's that? Okay.
It's just like the fat doesn't there's so much fat. It's basically bacon, right? You're smoking.
Yeah.
So the fat doesn't render down all the way. So I think I need to sear it at the end, like on a hot cast iron.
Good
and
idea.
Then I also
just melt that down.
Yeah. Kind of make it crispy maybe.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
I was also thinking I would use curing salt because I thought it would turn like a pink like a bacon does, but it didn't. And I think it's because the sodium nitrate.
White? Was it kind of white?
It was kind of grayish.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I think it's because when they do bacon, they put sodium nitrate in there, and I think that brings out the red color, which is in curing salt.
Or you said this wasn't cured?
No, it was just
just a pork belly.
Just a pork belly.
Yeah.
So
I thought pork bellies were cured.
I think you can get them cured, but then it's bacon, I think, technically, right?
I wouldn't know. Yeah, it sounds right, though. Yeah.
Anyways, so it was good, and it was good on top of the Thai noodles, but I can do better, so I will.
Yeah. Okay. Well, excellent. Yeah. I'm trying to find a picture while we were in. Yeah, I don't think I have a picture of it. We went to a place called Bobby's Thai restaurant.
Was it Bobby Lee? He's not. He's Korean. He's not
No, but he, I would say he looked kind of like him. We'll put it that way.
That's very funny.
Yeah. And I left my phone in the bathroom, and he like walked out like looking around at every table because all I have is a picture of our dogs on that's my home screen. So he's like, I don't see anybody who looks like these dogs, but you two look like you own a couple of dogs.
Fancy dog owners.
Fancy dog owners.
I watched Harold and Kumar go to White Castle last week just because and I forgot Bobby Lee was in that movie, and he's so young. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, my version of what you're describing is just how busted Bobby Lee got. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it wasn't like he was taking care of himself before, but good grief, man. Like, yeah, he really let himself go.
Shots fired. Yeah. He was just a fun stoner in that movie.
I don't have it in me. I'm still like acclimating time wise. By the time we're done being goofballs, I will not be able to like edit and post shows. So this is all fun right now, but I'm going to turn into a pumpkin soon, and I'm just afraid of when it'll happen.
Understood.
I want to do a little bit of personal life about the travel. Guys, in the Patreon, we're talking about the travel more, and it's not just me like sharing my slideshows. We're having conversations and stories and jokes in between it all. One thing I really did want to talk about here, where everybody can hear about it, not just in the Patreon, was how one of the highlights of the trip was while we were in London, meeting up with John.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know that he wants to have his personal name and page shared. So he'll hear this and give me feedback on that, and then we'll share that. But meeting up with John. So we went to Notting Hill for a vintage market that Natasha wanted to go to.
Nice.
I found a really great jacket there, and John met us there. And he's like, look, man, I'll come out, hang out with you guys as long as you want to spend any time with me. Just because the distance from his house to London was so far, he's like, I'm going to get a hotel. That doesn't mean I have to stay with you guys all night. Don't feel like, but like I could be there as short as long as you want us to. And Natasha doesn't know him from Adam. And I was like, trust me, John's a good dude. Like, I know this is going to be a good time, but if you don't like it, just let me know. And like immediately, Natasha's like, this guy's really cool. I like this guy. And I was like, nice. I know, right? Isn't this fun? And it was just, he's so charming, and it's not just the accent. And like, it was fun because like, he likes us because we have similar like political takes, right? So when I say he likes us, I mean like he likes our show because of that, right? So it was just great to get to like talk to him and like talk about British politics. In fact, I have a clip coming up about some British politics stuff that is all in the news right now about Keir Starmer and who maybe the best replacement is for him. And he was telling me this 2 weeks ago now when we met. So he was way ahead of any of this about who the next PM should be. And now it's like 2 weeks later and it's in all the news. It was like John was the first person I heard that from. But we spent the day hanging out, talking. It would be impossible to recap, but we ended up staying up with each other until like 9-10 o'clock. We were like, one more pub before they close. I was surprised how early a lot of the pubs closed. But we had like
what
Chinese
day was
food.
this? Like
this was Friday. This was Friday this week.
All right.
But we went from like Notting Hill, then caught a tube down to like Westminster and Buckingham Palace, walked along the mall. He was able to point out a bunch of the places where he worked at, which I definitely think I'm not supposed to share. But you kind of, if you know, like Whitehall so we went to some of his like favorite pubs to go to after work. Cool. And just like stories the whole time, right? Just I couldn't even recap you on the stories. Just really interesting stuff all throughout. We walked up a little staircase called Cockpit Steps, and then we took a selfie there because we're adults. And we went to Trafalgar Square, and then we walked back to our neighborhood in Soho and got Chinese food. We saw a werewolf. It was, Alan, it's the opening line. It's the opening line. I saw a werewolf walking in Soho with a Chinese menu in his hand. It was a really good time though. He was
nice,
awesome,
dude. That's awesome.
We ended up getting to see some jazz while we were in London, but it was a little overrated, but it was like the best jazz club in London, Ronnie Scott's. But it was a little too organized, if that makes sense, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, jazz
but
is supposed to be kind of chaotic a little bit. Yeah,
dude, you know, this was my one disappointment on this trip was for me, like, it should be illegal to play jazz before 1 a.m. And most of the places were like, it's 11:30. This is the end of the show. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? By like our second night in Paris, we finally found a place that was an old cave. Well, it's a wine cellar. And they're open till like 6. So we spent a couple of nights there way too late, and that was good. Our last night in London, we found a really good blues bar, and the band, with some of their songs, like he played a hollow, was it a resonator, like a hollow? Those are two different. It's a hollow body, so it has a lot more feedback, but it's like what Rev plays on, and he was playing like Rev, and I got to talk to him in between sets. It was like, dude, do you know who Reverend Payton's Big Damn Band? He's like, of course I do. My friend toured with him. It'd be an honor to get to meet him someday, blah, blah, blah. I was like, when we were outside walking by, I was like, that sounds like Rev. He's like, oh, that's such a great compliment.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
They fucking kicked ass. We ended up getting seats up towards the front. We like stood and blocked them when they were done. We're like, one more song. And we were fucked. We had to get up super early because we had to take a train to Amsterdam the next morning. And we had an early train, and it's international, so you actually have to go through customs and all that. Also, that station sucks, dude. St. Pancras International Station. It's cramped. There's just not enough room for the people that are there. Hated it. Anyways, but it was just like, fuck it. Like, and so we had to do that. We had to go home and finish packing. So this was like, I mean, luckily making them do an encore meant we were up till 12, but we went home and packed for an hour. Living off space bags, dude. If you like, we did carry on only on this trip, and I packed a giant duffel bag that rolls up. It's a Patagonia bag that's called the Black Hole, and I rolled it up and put it in my carry-on. And just in our trip alone, I filled that sucker up. And it was just with space bags. With space bags, it was
wow.
It was, I don't know how we only checked one bag on the way back, but yeah, that's kind of like a grand recap of everything. Oh, when we were in that cave in Paris that I was talking about, the cellar, the wine cellar.
Yeah.
We had just been in Amsterdam the day before, and we bought like a bunch of pre-rolled joints while we were in Amsterdam, thinking we'd smoke it all the time, and we really only smoked it once at the cafe, and so we had a couple of extras, and we thought we might smoke while we were in Paris, but like it's not legal there like it is in Amsterdam, and I was like, I frankly, like, I just don't like, I don't want to be high in another country if it's not encouraged to be, because I'll become paranoid and then I won't, you know what I mean?
You won't have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, also, I just don't want to be out of my mind. Like, I'll drink a little bit. You can kind of control the effect of the drinking, but like, you get too high and then you just don't quite remember it right, or it's cloudy, your memories. So I was like, I just don't, for multiple reasons, want to have these. And we put them in our pocket when we went out that night, and we ended up at that wine cellar, and somehow the subject came up, and we gave them away to 2 different people, and it made their trip. We're like, this is going to mean more. You want to get high here? I don't. Like, I don't need to take it home. We have fake weed in Tennessee. Like, I'll, here. And like, you should see their eyes light up. They were like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're having a jazz cigarette.
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
I'm surprised that that's not legal there. I would have thought it would be.
They had a bunch of CBD stores, so it's probably similar to what they have here.
Close.
You know? Yeah. But they're also
strains.
only in the tourist sections, which makes me think that they trick tourists into thinking that they are. You know?
Okay.
But whatever. I didn't want to. Alan, I smoked real cigarettes the whole time I was there. It was great. And here I am, 2 days in of no cigarettes. It's really nice.
How's it feel?
It's fine. It's fine.
You hate it.
I'd love to just be a smoker again. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I don't understand. I never got it.
Yeah, I get it. You liked it when I smoked around you and you breathed it.
I did.
Oh, Natasha didn't know that I smoked at the Derby. I thought it was implied.
Yeah, it's practically a vacation.
She got a little bit mad. And I was like, well, how often are me and Alan going to go on a road trip together? She's like, okay, that's a good point. Yeah. So much walking around, just so much walking around. We'll do more recap on the Patreon show. The only thing that I do want to say is when we weren't walking around, we were in trains, and Alan.
Man, I love trains.
It was very on brand. Like, it was a lot of trains. I will say, can I rank the country by trains?
Please do.
London, best trains, both real trains and the tubes, better tubes. Their subways are wider. Like, the subway trains are wider.
Oh, they have
it's just a little bit more space. Not just like, I don't know about the bigger gauge. Like the place that you sit in, you have more space from side to train to side to train. It was just, it made all the difference. And Paris, narrower. and they're French. So it was just like, will you please get away from me? Like it was like, so trains in order: London, Amsterdam, and then Paris. In Amsterdam, they're above ground and they call them trams. Also, least favorite form of transport of the whole trip, the bicycles in Paris. Bicycles, not Paris, in Amsterdam. Bicycles in Amsterdam are the apex predator. Like, you're looking for cars both ways. You're looking for trams both ways. You're watching out for pedestrians, and there's a fucking bike. And it's not like one. There's like constantly bikes, and they own the road. It's not even like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like they're like, fuck these cars, fuck these pedestrians. I'm a fucking bike, and they get mad at you. Like the fact that I didn't get run over by a bicycle is amazing. The amount of times, like, and I will say this: I finally, like, everyone, London, Amsterdam, they all go on the proper side of the road. London, it's weird; they're on the left side of the road, and it was crossing the street. You train yourself. Look right, look left, look right again. And it's inverted. And I almost walked into so many buses. I almost got hit by big double-decker red buses because I'm like, looking to my right. Woo! Yeah, that was, Did
you take a London taxi by any chance?
No, It makes me think of a category. Wasn't that a category where there's... Because they're very big, spacious. Maybe I just stumbled into that category.
I know what you...
I also didn't need to and you don't need to. I don't know why they exist even. The tubes go everywhere. And like all the tube stations are like a few blocks from another one. So like at worst, you're walking like a quarter mile.
I just always wanted to take one because you know how they have to go through that whole training to be able to be London Cabbies?
Yes.
So I always want to just experience that and be like, give them some weird place to go to and just watch them navigate there. That would be fun.
Because there's no grid system in London.
They have to memorize the entire place to be able to get their license.
And that was a conversation that we had with John in the context of Uber and Uber paying a ton of money to be in that market and all of that. It's very interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Well, can we do a little bit of comedy? Should we skip the comedy? I don't know if we have time. I have travel related comedy. This is about luggage planes, okay? And then
luggage, okay.
Well, I know it doesn't make sense, right?
Not really.
The other day I was with a friend.
This is She Goes by Shayna, Shaena.
With a friend, we're getting on an airplane, and I see all of our luggage, and I look at my friend and I go, I wonder where the luggage goes. And he's like, it goes under the airplane. I just never thought about it. He's like, you fly all the time, like where did you think it went? I thought that there was a second airplane that just followed the first one with luggage in it. And he goes, you thought there was a luggage plane? Yeah, I really did. You know, like when 9/11 happened and everyone was like, oh my God, Tower 2. I was like, yeah, the luggage plane.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The other day I was with a friend.
Why is it playing twice?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Wow is a good response to that. And then since it was birthday week,
yes.
I wanted to share this because, I'm guilty of this. She's talking about how like guys always take pictures of their girlfriends and wives in like candid positions, and like girls are always like, yeah, I don't like it, you can see my chin or something, it's like, I don't like my arm at that angle or something, right? It's like, well, You're beautiful, you look great, like, like I paused this at this moment. This comedian's probably like, ew, why would you make me look like this, right? So she's talking about how like guys always take these photos like this and then they post them without asking you, which I've gotten in trouble for that. Oh, in Rome. I really liked all the pictures I took in Rome, and I didn't check with Natasha.
Got run that past.
They were good pictures.
Nobody was more excited that it was my birthday today than Chad. He's like, fucking get older faster, please. Stop leaving me out here in my...
I think the context is she's dating an older guy.
Okay.
He was so sweet. He just like did this like birthday post on Instagram that I saw right before I came up here, but he doesn't ever like check with me before he posts the pictures, and so it's like the first time I'm seeing half of them because you're so nice that you'll just like randomly, you're almost like wildlife photographers. So just like get us so we look like gremlins.
So many times I looked at Natasha, I was like, can I just take a picture of you right now? You look so beautiful. And then I showed it to her. She's like, just keep that one to yourself. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'd love to show it to you because she's wrong, but she'll get mad at me because she's right.
Okay. One of them is me like on a hotel bed. You can see the bottoms of my feet are all greasy. I'm like, I look like Kurt Cobain.
She does kind of look like Kurt Cobain.
She does.
I have no makeup on.
Kurt Cobain, 1992, not like shortly after 1992.
Look like the fucking fourth Hanson brother. It's like right this haircut right now when it's greasy is bad. It's not. But you're my dirty gremlin.
I never know when there's like 9 seconds of laughter.
Right, whether to play it or not.
Yeah. All right, well, those are jokes for the week.
She's funny. I like her.
I like her a lot, too. Oh, I didn't say. Sorry, this is Kelsey Cook Comedy.
Yeah, she does
thank
have
you,
an
Jeff,
older,
for that one.
Yeah, she's talked about
You
this
remember her?
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I made a note for myself to make sure I told Alan happy birthday. I am sorry I forgot to text you on your birthday. We were slightly out of our mind on Natasha's birthday, but you'll have to join the Patreon to hear more about that. It was legal. I'll leave it that way. It was legal.
Yeah, totally legal.
The jurisdictions, Alan.
Yeah, gotta pay attention to those. They matter, apparently.
Yeah.
How about that?
You want to do a little how about that?
Yes.
Okay. This is a how about that I just kind of came up with. I stumbled upon something, and I want to run it past you and see what you think.
Okay.
I'd like to ruin. Can you tell I was reading?
Ruin. Okay.
Ruined. The feast. It's ruined.
It's ruined.
I would like to ruin a couple songs for you.
Oh, no. All right, fine.
All right. So, first, this one's an easy one. Is Auld Lang Syne, like the New Year's Eve, may all acquaintance be for... Is that and West Virginia the same song?
Oh, shit.
Country roads take me home. They
might be the same song.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
It might be the same song. Yes,
similar,
it might. Yeah.
You could do a mashup at least, right?
You definitely could.
May all acquaintance be forgot and something.
You wouldn't even have to adjust the BPM very much.
West Virginia, take me home. Now that I'm doing it, I think it might not be as well. But I think I got one I could ruin for you pretty good though.
Okay.
And I like this song actually. This was playing.
Binkaman over the holiday.
Oh my fucking god! Why
What?
do I have to listen to ads, Alan?
Oh no!
Network.
What is happening too? I can't even stop it. Skip.
Give me that.
So, are you Tyler Childers fan? Are you neutral on him?
No,
at
I'm
worst?
neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm neutral.
There's some of his songs I may not like, but this one's fucking solid. I love Way of the Triune God. But I was listening to it. So when we got back super late, as I mentioned, on Sunday, and we took Monday off to sort of like reacclimate. And it was good weather, so we didn't want to take the effort of going to the lake. But there's a creek over by where it's like 40 minutes from where we live. But the dogs can run up and down in the water, and we could sit in the water and just get a suntan.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a great way to spend the day and just decompress. And we had music playing, and the song came on. I was like, holy shit, this sounds like another song. So let me see if you recognize it. Oh, and also this is a pastiche. Spotify. Yeah, this is. I'm allowed to do this because we're being critical, and I'm only doing a fragment of the song.
Till the road's called on high, till we all meet over yonder. Old time screaming and shouting.
Go
up, tell it on down. Hey.
Mama's little baby like shortening. Mama's little baby like shortening bread.
No.
It is. I ruined it. It's shortening bread.
It is. It
100%
is.
I know that that's like, this song doesn't have to be like, this is an original composition by him, but like I know that a lot of popular music, and especially in like that genre when you get into like Americana and jazz, and not that it's jazz, you know what I mean, like a lot of those songs are built off of standards and existing songs,
riffs and beats,
and that riff in particular, right? It's already, that riff's been used many times. So.
Sure.
But damn it, that's shortening bread. That's definitely shortening bread.
It lines the fuck up. Yes. 100%.
Which reminds me of the fact that Brian Wilson was obsessed with that song. When he was on like 60 Minutes, they were like, do you have a favorite song? And he's like, well, let me go to the piano. I am obsessed with this riff. And they're like, is it fucking, it's playing shortening bread. Which led me down a rabbit hole of learning that Iggy Pop was stuck in a room with Brian Wilson. And before bed, Iggy Pop, I think the deal was Brian Wilson was like jamming out to that song, and Iggy Pop went to sleep. which congratulations, you stayed up past Iggy Pop. And then Iggy Pop woke up and Brian Wilson was still working on it. And he's like, I got to get out of here. This guy's creeping me out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I always imagine Iggy Pop just on heroin 24/7, like just
which I guess you do fall asleep. I should take that back.
Sure, that's eventually
he probably falls asleep quite a bit now that I say that. He's not Keith Richards. Keith Richards would do heroin and stay up. Yeah. That's all. I think Alan, that's what.
How about that?
That's what I got for how about that. I got another clip. This guy saying the horsepower is fake, but we don't have time for this shit, Alan. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Okay.
Friday. Put Friday down in the comments. We'll move that shit into our next show. Isn't that something for you? So this is British politics. This is we love this guy, Jonathan Pye News. I had hoped that I'd just like bump into him in London. He does these like videos where you must set up like a tripod or something, and he does these one take videos. What I'm most impressed is that it's just like straight one takes. He also gives he used to come on after Letterman. We both like the comedian. Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson.
He gives Craig Ferguson. I think it's just the haircut, right? So anyways, this is Jonathan Pye News. This is Jonathan Pye today talking about who our friend Bell-End John said should be the new prime minister when Keir Starmer steps down, which is rumored he's going to step down. All right, enough setup.
Yeah, only Labour could wield the knife so cack-handedly, but the Tories, they're ruthless. Liz Truss, great budget. Shh, it's for your own good. Labour are swinging that knife around like it's a used dildo you just found in your grandma's top drawer. Oh, God, well, I don't know what to do with it.
That goes back to the hidden track.
It does.
That's worth $3, guys. If you're on the fence, join the Patreon.
Maybe it is time for a change of management, but there's no one able to take his place. The only half-decent one isn't an MP. Burnham is the only politician in the country who polls well, so, of course, Labour don't want anyone that might have a hope in hell's chance of beating reform anywhere near.
So he's talking about Burnham there. Well, Burnham's supposed to be like the best chance. So according to John, Burnham is the best politician that can replace Starmer. The problem is, so he used to be in the government in the New Labour in like the late 2000s, and then he became the mayor of Manchester, Greater Manchester, which is like a conglomeration, like an area, right? It's not like just being the mayor of one city. I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. But what that means is he's not a member of parliament, so he can't be the prime minister. He's not even a minister. And part of the reason why he's popular, this is from John, part of the reason why he's popular is that he gets to be a mayor, right? Like he doesn't have to answer tough questions. He doesn't have to do tough things. He just has to make the people in his area happy. But he scored a lot of points during COVID being like, hey, you're going to tell us all to shut our businesses down. You're going to have to do something to compensate this. And he didn't get what he wanted, but he made a lot of stink about it. And it became pretty popular in that way as maybe, like, I guess you could say his version of populism. I don't know enough about him, but what I keep coming back to is the fact that someday, so here's what they have to do real quick is get him into parliament and then hold the election to replace Starmer. And that is doable. Bit of a long shot, but he is the front runner in a clever world where Labour actually gets their act together. But Jonathan Pye's take is that they can't manage to do that. But this guy,
we know what that's like.
Yeah, no shit, right? Yeah. So I will say, so if you're going to pay attention to British politics in the next few weeks, look for that name Burnham, at least for the fact that they're going to fuck up if they don't go that route.
Interesting. Yeah. So he was doing that during COVID while Boris Johnson was having his garden parties and all that shit.
We walked past Downing Street and John was like, yeah, that's where the garden parties were. But also like, there was another scandal about that time period too, under Boris Johnson with his wife. But I just forget. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Country who polls well, so, of course, Labour don't want anyone that might have a hope in hell's chance of beating reform anywhere near number 10. So, Burnham's probably out. Miliband, who did it once, did it badly, and clearly has no desire to do it again. And Angela Rayner, who I quite like, but Prime Minister, seriously? Fuck off. And, you know, if this goes the way it tends to go, we could end up with some wanker from the Department of Transport that no one's ever heard of, because all the other candidates are so piss poor. So, look, they can have their arguments about who their next leader is and play out their psychodrama and turf war in front of an exhausted and disengaged public. But until they have a proper conversation about how to govern as a modern, social democratic, hopefully left-of-centre Labour Party in the age of hard-right, algorithmic politics, they will get nowhere in a world where most of us get most of our news from platforms that drives us all towards content that makes us angry.
Killing
in a world where you have a United States overtly promoting the far right across Europe, where you have the richest people in the world doing everything they can to undermine our political sovereignty, with opposition parties openly welcoming Elon Musk and his money to make decisions about who will end up running the country. The time for middle management is over. Labour,
dude,
they have to be bolder. They have
This is one fucking take, dude. There's no edit.
It's incredible.
To take the fight to reform. They have to take the fight to the electorate. They have to stand for something. Have a vision, a passion, a personality, a fight. Tangible policies that connect with the country. Tangible solutions to our numerous problems. When you offer no solutions, people begin to believe the lies of the right. Get your shit together, because you're supposed to be running the country.
I'm going to stop it there because it fades out anyways. This is a very long rant that I think if you subscribe, you get the full version of.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so good. And it sounds exactly the same.
I was going to say, he's really, awesome at delivering that, but also like that applies, you could just layer that over what we're going through right now.
It's
except
so
for who's in charge, but
it's so frustrating for now there. Yeah. It's so frustrating so visiting England was great. Mm-hmm. Seeing a vision into the future of what our country is going to be, because England going into World War I is the U.S. going into World War III. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So the financial center, thinking that they're the empire of the world, and China is the America pre-World War I right now. Is that all? You follow me?
Yeah, I follow all that.
Yeah. It's very disappointing that we're not doing anything to try to mitigate that.
No. Trump was in China last week, Dustin. While you were in Europe, Trump was in China. I'm sure it's great.
Now, I do understand that there's a quiz coming up, so don't give away any questions, okay?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure you knew that at least.
Here's a note from John. He said, this is indeed the mayor that he had mentioned. Okay. It's a beauty of a sketch by Pi. To be fair, he's the only popular politician in the country and a former minister in the last Labour government. Let's see if he gets elected as an MP shortly. So anyways, I look forward to more input from John on the show too. John, you're always welcome to send voice messages if you want to add shit to the show. Worst case scenario, I just play it in the Patreon episode. But yeah, I'm interested in that kind of stuff and what's going on there. I kind of want to move to what we normally do, which is cover our country. I can't believe how far we are into the show.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry to me. You're the one that's...
Well, the one thing I really wanted to talk about this week, and I can maybe skip the Iran stuff because that's never getting better.
No.
And who knows, right? Maybe he'll go do something silly. So I wanted to talk about the one thing that kept coming up while I was overseas and since I got home is the nonstop corruption. And it's just become more evident and out in the open and documented. So I'm going to start with the insider trading because I think that was the news from last week, right?
Yes.
Okay. So can you recap it? Because all I have as a note is all of the money Trump made from insider trading.
So basically news came out last week that Trump has been trading in stocks like NVIDIA, like
a taser company right before all the metro, the ICE blitzes and stuff.
So like companies that he met with the CEO that morning and then he's suddenly making trades on that stock that the next day or that.
And if you do the math, it was 56, 60 trades a day.
Yeah, it's a lot. Now, the Trump family is saying that Trump has been hands off, and this has all just been done by people around him, not him
the Martha
himself.
Stewart argument. I was just talking to my investor.
Right. But it's so fucking clear that this is just insider trading corruption, right?
Okay.
Like, you talk to the CEO of NVIDIA, and he tells you about some investment that's happening from another company in a couple of days, and so you go buy 100,000 shares or whatever it is you buy, right? Like, that's just what it seems to be has happened here.
I'm going to say this here, and I'm going to say this again at the end of this section. The second Trump term is entirely about two things. One is retribution, and the other is making as much money as he possibly can for himself and his brand. Yep. I would say his family, but I don't think he really cares about his family. So, I mean, other than an extension of his brand, right? So, yes. That's all that's been going on here. And like, not to say I told you so, but we fucking told you so. Like, we were like, wow, this guy's a fucking grifter and a con man. Look at that. And like, I saw a headline that said, astonishingly in the headline while talking about this. So it was like, astonishingly is a weird word choice for completely predictable. Like, this is nothing about this is shocking.
No,
it's just shocking that it's so brazen, I think.
I mean, it is shocking in that it's unprecedented. Like, no other president has ever attempted to do anything like this, and we've had some shitty presidents.
Yeah.
So I guess it's shocking.
Oh yeah, he's made more money than all of the last presidents in the last 40 years combined. But Alan, he didn't take his presidential salary. Remember all those MAGA cucks that told us that? He's not even gonna take his salary, bro. Like, he's doing this for the love of the game, right? Yeah, $400,000 salary. Meanwhile, he made $4 billion last year alone.
Also, remember he was going to self-finance his campaign, and then he didn't.
And Ballroom, Alan.
And Ballroom. I mean,
not the Ballroom. Ballroom. Am I making this up? If I heard like Bob Seska say that too much, he just says Ballroom, right?
He just says Ballroom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's that's
this
not good
makes
in the brain, right?
10% for the big guy look like fucking chump change. Like, this is insane.
So, did you say Trump change?
Chump. I said chump, but we could go Trump change, sure.
Look, of all the money that Trump's making off of his insider trading, which I think that's only fair to call it that, right?
Yes.
None of it is going to be, I mean, look, maybe you look at it and you can justify some of it, but if it is personal, political, campaign related, or otherwise unofficial, which I believe is the exact quote that came out of the presidential immunity. Do you see where I'm going with this? The immunity case?
The immunity case from the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he can't be charged for any of that.
Unless it's personal, political, campaign related, or otherwise unofficial, right?
Right.
Now, maybe some of these, but no way all of these, right? Now, in a functioning government world, we do investigations into Ballroom. We do investigations into insider trading, and nothing comes from it, but you get the documentation. And then when, the proper
opposing party
is in power, which may not happen after all the redistricting, which I wasn't here for either.
Right.
It's weird how that happened in a week and a half. We just lost all of our country because the Supreme Court in a rush decision was like, oh, no, I read that 500-page article in 7 minutes. Alabama can do whatever you want. Right.
Yep. And then Louisiana followed suit. And so did, Yep. Tennessee too, actually.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Tennessee less significant because it was one district, but it was still the most brazen, I feel like, of all of them, which I think will. Okay, the one in Tennessee I think will backfire the most because they're like, we're just getting rid of the blacks. And it's like, okay, well, you put whites into all, are you just assuming that white people won't vote Democratic? Is that literally what your thought is? Because I think your racism is going to bite your face eventually.
I actually think the Virginia one is the most brazen. The people
I think
voted.
The Florida one is actually.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in Virginia, the people voted. And for them to rule on some technicality that's just so fucking stupid.
Would have been cool before they spent $50 million or $1 billion or whatever.
Right.
Can't be billion.
Couldn't possibly be billion. But okay, if that was the thing, then it was so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You stood on the courthouse or whatever. Yeah.
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 That's what it was. It had to be posted in the courthouse. It was a fucking
that. Plus,
technicality.
there was a timeline between
Why did they let it go to an election then?
I talked about this with Jeff, and he lives there, so he knows. But it's just all complete bullshit.
I'm not listening to that episode.
Yeah,
I'm joking. I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, no, I mean they were all.
Chad
back
used to
back
come on and
back
do
to
that,
back.
right? He was like, "You guys did a show without me. I'm not going to listen."
Right, yeah, yes, he did. I have done that, by the way. So if you
I
do
don't
it,
like that you do that. I'm not.
if
I
you
just
do
didn't
it-
have time because I was too busy, being cool and European,
Sure,
and smoking cigarettes.
smoking cigarettes. I
Yeah,
get it.
it's like
I
yeah.
understand. Wearing
All
cool
right.
jackets, smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Oh my god, dude! I found a cool leather jacket in Paris for €2.
No shit.
Yeah,
I
it
saw
fits.
one. I don't know what I saw one. If it was that one, I don't know. But you were wearing one that looked pretty cool. Yeah.
Did I look like Inspector Gadget in it? That one
I
was-
think it might have been when you're doing the Bourdain, like trying to be the Bourdain impersonation.
That was a
That one. That was a denim jacket, maybe.
that was my normal denim. I don't thank
Okay.
you for. That was a pretty good Bourdain.
It was pretty
impression.
good. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. So okay, here's the deal. So like, the part of so when they made that immunity decision in the Supreme Court,
Yes.
they laid out how this gets handled, right? So the way that it works is someone's going to make the argument that this is illegal or, he doesn't have immunity for it. And that goes to a judge who's going to look at it, what the president was doing at the time that these trades took place. And if they can't justify it being,
Something presidential or
right.
Yeah.
Right. If it falls in the category of being personal, political, campaign related, then the judge will make a decision on it. That'll go to an appeals court. It'll inevitably end up at the Supreme Court for the final word. And I can't help but think that if all of that happens, the Supreme Court's going to be like, well, we'll just give the president a little bit more immunity. Why not? Like, who cares at this point, right? There's only a little bit of immunity left. Let's just give it to him,
Let's let him have it.
The big chunk was earlier. This is just a little bit.
Yeah, this barely even matters, really. Yeah.
Barely even matters, yeah. I don't think that like trading stocks can be defined as anything other than private acts, right? Like you can't tell me that he was doing that to like he didn't give the money to the treasury afterwards, right? I was doing this to get ballroom money. I was just doing a little gambling to pay for my ballroom, right?
But as a patriotic American, you have to support your local businesses. So
When you act as president, it is by nature a presidential act. That'll be the argument. Fucking
Sure.
write that shit down, right?
Yeah.
That'll probably be what it is.
that sounds right.
The problem is for now, they do have this little known loophole that he keeps getting away with this from called who the fuck's going to stop him? And I don't see that going anywhere. I have become very cynical since we've done our last show. Like I think up until the Indiana primaries where he got everybody he wanted kicked out, I had been a little bit hopeful that the tide was turning, and I'm just not anymore. And I'll probably regret saying this because I'm not endorsing it, but I don't want what I'm feeling is the only thing that's going to fix any of this, which is political violence. And I'm not saying killing him. I'm saying we're all going to suffer from political violence one way or the other because people are going to feel hopeless. And they're, and I really want to have said that better, but that's how I said it. I think that I'm very, I've said this a lot on the show. I think our last opportunity for peaceful revolution was Bernie. I didn't even like all of his politics, but I was like, well, that'll be a good politician. That's somebody that could be president. And instead we got a con man, and then we had Joe fucking Biden, and then we got the con man again. Meanwhile, Bernie's still out there, like he could be president right now, like at their age. And we're just watching just the grift take place. And anytime anybody does anything to try to hold him accountable, he just weasels out of it. And it makes me feel hopeless for anything to change. Cause like they passed a war powers resolution in the Senate today, and I thought that was cute. That's adorable. Like, it's so funny that you think that following any of the rules is going to do anything while this guy is out here stealing money. I mean, they made a weaponization slush fund committee. It's a weaponization slush fund committee headed by Donald Trump, who has veto power of anybody who's on the board. It's a committee, though. And according to him, he didn't even know anything about it. It's going to have Todd Blanche and 4 other people on it that can be fired at the president's will, that will determine who gets what they're calling lawfare and weaponization of justice of the Justice Department. So it's just a way of kicking back crony money. And there's just nothing that's going to stop any of this. There's nothing that's going to stop any of this. And like, you can't go through the political process to fix it because they're taking that away from you by cutting around your districts. I can't help in my fear, but think it's going to lead to political violence being seen by people as the only way out of this. And what sucks about that is that's not just a single act. That's a decade of back and forth. That's a reign of terror as a result, right? That's somebody who really comes into power and says the only way to stop this is if I have true control. Like it's back and forth. It's lawlessness. And you only feel that way when you can't do the legal pathways. I watched the actual things that should have happened a year ago, a year and a half ago, as soon as he was in office. Prior to this, the things that should have took place in the interregnum between his two
after Jan
reigns.
6, all of that, yeah.
And I see the ineffectiveness of all of that, and all I can think is, okay, so the only thing left is political violence, and it terrifies me. And I say this as someone who knows my history. Right? Like I see the pattern that we're walking right into, and it's only going to get uglier, especially when people feel hopeless. And they like right now, if you have a job, you can't afford anything. That's not a good situation. It's supposed to be, I'm out of work. I can't make money. Therefore, I don't have money to live my life. I have a well-paying job and my money doesn't do shit for me. Right? Like I took my last vacation of my life probably this last week. Like how can I ever do anything like that again in the world that we're into? Like, then that's just, please stop me.
Yeah. So in a couple of things I want to go back to. So in the world of who the fuck is going to stop him, breaking news today, Thomas Massey.
Wait. Is he getting primaried?
Yeah. Frequent Trump critic is ousted in primary.
I thought so.
I was 45
kind of hoping to put that at the end of the show. If you saw our video from today, I didn't want to check in on it. It makes me too depressed. No, it fits best here. Sorry. Please just start over on your breaking news.
So it's 45 to 55. It's being called for Galrain.
Trump said all I needed was a warm body, and I got someone with a very big brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Massey, just by the way, has voted with the Republican Party and Trump for like 91% of the votes he's been in.
Yep.
He was big on trying to get the Epstein files released. He was part of the reason that happened.
He voted against Big Beautiful Bill.
Yes. And so Trump hates him for that, and so he decided to primary him. And that's what we get. And so
we get a guy who's like, trust me, I have a security clearance. I have a history that Donald Trump says he can vouch for. We don't know shit about. He says he's a SEAL. It's all very questionable.
Yeah, and he was asked like if he would be a yes man by the New York Times, and he was just like, I served 2 tours. I guess that's not enough for you. I did this and that. I want. And it's like, dude, just answer the fucking question. That doesn't answer the question. I don't care. All right. I mean, I do care, but that doesn't matter. Also, to go back to the reason that the War Powers Act was passed was because Cassidy. I'm Jack Cassidy. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
In Louisiana?
Yeah, he was primaried, so he's out in January, and so he switched his vote to...
Oh, that's so funny. So, okay, wait, so what Alan's describing is the fact that they are... Donald Trump is targeting people who have not been loyal to him in Republican districts to replace them with Republicans. So because of that, you have a guy who's still in power that's like, well, fuck you then. So what you're actually seeing is people that are not afraid of him, like Tillis. So you've got Tillis in North Carolina, who would not have Roy Cooper running against him, a popular Democrat in North Carolina, were it not for Trump getting Tillis out of the race. So that would have been a Republican seat there in the Senate. Then Roy Cooper will probably win, and then now you're getting rid of someone like Thomas Massey in Kentucky, who has been reelected 7 times.
Right.
He understands the institution and how to get things done. You're replacing him with an idiot. And the same thing in Louisiana, too. So good, you get to keep your majority, but you have less functional government, right?
Right. And, so Tillis was the only backstop preventing Warsh being confirmed as the head of the chair of the central bank, because Jerome Powell, he said he wouldn't do it unless they dropped the charges against Jerome Powell for the renovations of the Fed building, right? Yeah. And so, he was like, no, I'm not going to do it because, again, he had nothing to lose either. He was retiring anyways. And so so finally, when they dropped the charges, then he stopped that. But you see all these Republicans being like, finally, okay, I can break free of these, of these chains. But
it doesn't change the fact that we got it today. He got his trifecta today.
He did.
He got everything he wanted in Indiana during the redistricting. People getting back at the people that didn't want to do the redistricting vote. He got the primary in North Carolina. In Louisiana.
Yes.
He's probably going to get Ken Paxton in Texas. He is, and now he just got the biggest scalp left was Thomas Massey. He is I am so fucking cynical. I feel helpless and hopeless in terms of we are at our nadir, however the people properly pronounce that word. This is the low point, and he's just grifting. Like the president created a slush fund because he sued the IRS, withdrew the lawsuit, and the settlement, which is not a settlement. It's not a settlement, but the way of resolving it, withdrawing the lawsuit, was that the Justice Department said they're going to create a $1.7 billion, almost $2 trillion, and it wasn't 1.7, it's 1.776. God damn it, it's 1776, isn't it?
Yes.
God damn it. And if you read through it, the number doesn't even come up in there. I don't know where that number came from. Maybe I'm bad at reading it.
I think that was just the sort of the press around it. Like that's the way they described it.
Yeah. So what's that mean? That means that they won't be capped at $2 trillion. $2
billion. 1.8 billion.
1.8
billion.
That's not $2 trillion.
Okay. So and also reporting came out today that not only that, but they also signed an agreement with. So that, by the way, that slush fund. They're still saying there's going to be some oversight. That's not a done deal, but I think it probably will be.
It didn't go through Congress.
No. So they also apparently signed an agreement.
Who's going to stop it? Fucking Jim Jeffries?
Thune actually came out and said...
Hakeem Jeffries. Jim.
No, Thune came out and said that they were going to look at it. What the fuck does that mean? Anyways.
He's going to look at real Thune.
That's good.
Thanks.
Also, today came out that they have an agreement signed with the IRS that Trump, his family members, and businesses can no longer be audited by the IRS, and any pending investigations have to be dropped. So, yeah, corruption.
So audit free for life while you're being a complete grifter,
right?
Known to be one,
right?
And then prove it. But I have Trump derangement syndrome. Do I still have this right?
That sounds right. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
All right. So I said it earlier. I'll probably say it one more time. Trump's second term is all about retribution and getting as much money as he can for himself and his brand. Does this sound like communist China to you? To think of like a committee staffed by people that could be fired by the president and his personal lawyer running the Justice Department being the ostensibly the lead of the committee?
Yeah, it does actually.
It sounds like literally like a communist committee,
yeah, literally like that. Yeah.
So, and Blanche was Todd Blanche, the acting attorney general. Blanche was the attorney that filed the lawsuit against the IRS in the first place.
The $10 billion lawsuit, yes. Not Blanche from Golden Girls, but Todd Blanche.
No, but you are in that chair.
But you are Blanche.
That's a different Blanche. Here's the senator. I don't know the guy's name. Blanche, who's he arguing with? Doesn't say who he's arguing with.
Oh, he was at the Senate committee today.
Yeah, he had a committee today, yeah.
You're not going to submit this proposal to any federal judge or independent.
There is no judge.
Any independent authority?
What does that mean, an independent authority? What does that mean?
Todd Blanche always does this thing. What is this common thing that words mean?
Independent authority?
What does that mean, an independent authority?
It means not somebody who's getting to pick 5 of the members who is the president's former personal attorney. That would be somebody who would be independent.
I'm the acting attorney general, okay? And the fact that I used to be President Trump's lawyer is just a fact, but I'm the acting attorney general, so don't say that.
Alan, it's just a fact.
Just a fact.
It's not an important fact.
No.
Alan, it's just a fact.
It's
just a fact, but I'm the acting attorney general, so don't say the president's former personal lawyer will do.
Ooh, he looks like Mike Pillow. Look at how mad. Don't say my pillows are flat. They're not lumpy. My pillows aren't lumpy.
Trump's lawyer is just a fact, but I'm the acting attorney general, so don't say the president's former personal lawyer will do something. The acting attorney general will do something.
Mr. Attorney General, you are acting today like the president's personal attorney, and that's the whole problem. You've got his whole.
Whoa. Oh, you got his what?
You have a whole banner of his face hanging over the Department of Justice, and you and everybody else walks under it. And you are acting like you're his current personal attorney. Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions.
Fucking, like, no notes. Like,
that was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the idea that the executive branch would sue the IRS, which is under their purview, for $10 billion and then settle out of court. Like, what world is this? This makes no sense.
Again, I'll refer you to the little-known loophole called "Who's going to fucking stop him?" And what about today makes you think that the people that have the power to stop him will do so, right? And so,
can I sue my dick for things I've done previously? Because that seems like something I should be able to do.
I'd like to be able to. Now that I think about it, I feel like you skipped a few steps with where you were going with that, but I think I follow. I do think I follow.
Good.
I actually wanted to refer you earlier to, can you? So put this in the context of the other things that we've been talking about today. Like why would anybody think that there's any way to solve this other than political violence?
I've said on this show for years and years that politics is the last line before violence. And
what is politics now? What is this? This is a sham. Like, what do you call what's happening right now? It's not.
When politics becomes so dysfunctional.
That's what I'm saying is if you remove that, then that's what you're left with. And I'm not calling for it. I'm saying I am afraid that we are going into a period of like profound political violence.
And I think
not some guy Naruto running past the security guards.
I understand. Yeah, but we're already seeing it.
Also, the lesson from that was have 6 people doing that because 2 would have made it. Don't laugh at that. That's scary.
No, I understand. The Naruto guy, notwithstanding, we're already seeing political violence, and we've always seen political violence in this country. It's well documented, but I think we are seeing an escalation. We are seeing people more and more desperate, and I mean, I think we talked about a let 'em eat cake moment a few.
Well, I just saw her bedroom.
Nice, weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, at some point. The political reality becomes untenable and people will do things that you would rather not do in a civilized society. Yeah. And maybe we are close to that. And I don't like that either. And again, we're not saying that should happen, but it feels like people are starting to become more and more unhinged politically about these things.
So he sued the IRS for $10 billion?
Yes.
Settled for $1.776 billion.
And no audits. Yeah.
But there's no 1.776 in the text of the settlement, which is not a settlement. The judge even says this is not a settlement. They just call this is a settlement like the ceasefire with Iran is a ceasefire.
Yeah, it's because they're saying it is. That's why. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if there's this quote settlement for Trump's initial claim, there's no reason to believe that he can't. So what is this slush fund we're talking about?
So it's supposed to be for people who were
victims
of the weaponization of the DOJ or the Internal Revenue Service previously.
So who's to stop Trump from saying, oh, yeah, well, I dropped my lawsuit about my taxes being released, which is what his lawsuit with IRS was about, right?
Yes.
I dropped my lawsuit about my taxes being released, but I feel like I've been attacked for lawfare. I'd still like that $10 billion. I just wanted to come from the slush fund. And he'll apply to it. It'll go to a committee of 5 people, including Todd Blanche and the other people on the board that the president can fire at will. And if they choose to deny his claim, he'll just fire them and reapply.
I don't see.
And what about him makes you think that he wouldn't do that? Like, it would be stupid given everything else. I won't believe it if he doesn't do that. I'm not saying, wow, watch out for this. I'm saying this is happening. It would be crazy if he didn't do that.
I mean, it seems very in character. Yes, I will agree. Yes.
But you know who else could apply?
Who?
Letitia James, James Comey, Don Lemons.
Yeah, you think they're getting past that 5-person committee?
If any of those people pass them, they're getting fired, right?
They're getting fired, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trump's second term is only about retribution and making as much money as he fucking can, man. I want to very quickly talk about the Iran war. Are we renaming? I heard about this while I was gone. Are they renaming the Iran war Operation Sledgehammer? Sledgehammer.
I believe they thought about that, as was reported, for about a day and then didn't do it.
Okay. I thought they were doing it just to have it considered a second operation so they can get another 60 days.
Yeah, that would have been fun if they had tried to do that.
But then there was no point because it wasn't like Congress was going to stop them, right? Like I know that today there was that vote we talked about. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So that vote, first of all, it has to pass the House. And even if it does, he can veto it, and they're never going to get past
super
the
majority.
Yeah. They did also, I think they've launched a new thing called Economic Fury, which is supposed to be like a bunch of sanctions on various people within the regime. But what the
of
fuck's
Iran?
Yeah, of Iran. Yeah.
I know it's been a few hours since we saw this in the hidden track, but really, Ahmadinejad?
I don't buy that. I think that's revisionist history. They're trying to say they had a goal. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just so hard to believe, right?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I had some notes here about oil not being as catastrophic as predicted, but I know that time's coming up. Do you feel like it should? Like, I would have thought that by now, everything in the oil department would have been way worse, right? A few things that I had heard is that they had floated a lot of oil prior to the war because they saw the buildup of everything. So there was a lot, and obviously they ran through all that, but that kept the price down. But one of the things that's keeping the price down now is something called demand destruction, which you don't really hear about a lot, but it's intuitive, right? Like the war itself has created a destruction in demand. Therefore, price is not being driven up as high as you might think if everything else were equal.
Yeah, I mean, there is some of that. I think that China had just like a huge buildup. Like they had so much.
They've always been preparing for that. I mean, they've been preparing for that for time.
I mean, Xi is nothing if not paranoid, right? So like he's had that forever and ever in his back pocket. The problem is that we're coming up on 5 months now, and I think they had 6 months.
No, it hasn't been 5 months. We're in the third month, but
we're in the third month. Why isn't it? It feels longer
because we went past the 60 days.
Okay. All right. So they have, I think,
feel longer.
6 months of reserves. So when we hit that, if that happens, it will get a lot worse. I would say that it's not been like nothing. Like diesel's doubled.
Oh, dude, it's terrible. Right. My point is it's coming.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And the problem is it'll blow up in the middle of the summer. Like, I think they're going to act like they can keep going. Now, China probably wants to. So like you said, China's had more reserves than people anticipated. And I think China does not feel the need yet to pressure Iran to open the strait because they don't mind seeing, like they think they can stomach it better than the U.S. can stomach it.
They can watch us squirm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, so here's the problem is like the Trump met with him last week and basically, as far as reporting,
it was Joe Biden's fault.
Nothing happened. Like they didn't come away with anything. Like
no, they sold less Boeings. So it was Boeings,
beef beans, and Boeings. Yes. Yeah, and basically like nothing happened. It was vibes, you know. Like so, but the problem is we don't really know what happened behind the scenes, and so
we know what Trump said. Trump said that when they were on the private plane, she was like, "If we invade Taiwan, are you going to do anything?" And I told him, well, I can't answer that because that's strategically. It's like she didn't ask you that.
No,
there's
said
no
a few
world.
things that were attributed to she that were like, "There's no fucking way."
That's like, well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I could imagine Trump saying, "Look, we need your help to reopen this strait, and I'll give you whatever the fuck you want if you help." And we wouldn't know until it happens.
Right,
so,
and then she threatened us with Taiwan, which was fun. Yeah, I think that's all I got here. Oh, other than the fact that it's just a K-shaped economy, right? Like there's just, we still are living in this time period where the stock market's doing well for the time being off of a handful of AI stocks. And the rich are doing well and the rest of us have a job and can't afford things. This is going to be Trump's legacy, I think. I think despite everything that we've complained about, this and probably like another decade of redistricting battles that'll probably go into the 2030s. But I think this is, he launched a tariff war, he alienated allies, and then he launched an unwinnable war with Iran. And I don't think that he can get himself out of the effect of that. I also think it won't matter to MAGA, and those people will show up in primaries. Now we can see what happens when those primary candidates win and face off in the general. But no matter what, when you have extreme winners in primaries, if your winners in the primaries are people that represent the extremes, then your general always leaves you with worse options, which is the problem with the redistricting.
Yes. Well said.
All right. Thank you. Also, we've spent more time. Remember when we signed a 2-week ceasefire with Iran? Or we announced one? Hey, Alan, remember when we announced a 2-week ceasefire with Iran?
I do remember that, yeah.
That was more than 41 days ago. We have now spent more than 41 days since the 41 days of active war with Iran in a 2-week ceasefire. Do all those words make sense? Because I don't. I'm very sleep deprived.
See, this is why I'm confused about months, but yes, I think that I
agree. I feel like that adds up to like 100. It's got to be 6 months, but that's not how time works, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Can we skip half and keep going?
Sure.
Do you have to pee?
No, I'm good.
Can you make it? Because I forgot to pee, but I can make it.
Can you make it? All right.
I can do it. So our good friend Jeff made a quiz to see how well. So the intention of this quiz is I don't really have to answer anything right because it gives me an opportunity to ask you to fill me in on what I learned while I was living lighthearted, fancy-free in gay Paris, Alan. Which they had a building covered with pride flags. I was like, look at this, gay Paris.
How about that?
And then the next thing I saw was a man playing clarinet in the street. I was like,
clarinet?
This is gay Paris. Yeah,
wow.
He was doing good songs, and I don't like clarinets. I'm a fellow woodwind player myself, but we all mock clarinets. Clarinet solo. I'm like, all right, what are you?
Hey, Papa
Benny
Ticken
Goodman
used to play clarinet back in the day. Come on,
Benny Goodman. Benny Goodman instrument.
If you stop sharing the None Taken tab, I could think I can
clarinet.
Share.
I knew Benny Goodman was a clarinet player.
Nice.
Look at him. Come on here, Alan. Look at this. Right? Come on.
Of course.
He's even down on his knees. Look at that. You can't even do a clarinet solo without you. Look at that. That is a BBC, Alan. Say it. Big black clarinet. What do you think I meant?
Of course that's what you meant. Yeah, that's what you meant.
You know what? I'm going to save this image and I'm just going to put big black clarinet over it. And there we go with the show title. We're good. Good to go.
All right, stop sharing. So
Your silence makes me uncomfortable. Is this?
No, I'm trying to share the quiz.
I don't want to look at the quiz.
Oh, you don't want to see it?
I wanted you. Okay, fine. I'll look at it. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you could.
I wanted you to say it at me, and I could answer.
I'm gonna say it at you. Okay, does that look right?
I don't know. I'm writing down big black clarinet, Benny Goodman.
What? Okay. All right. Let me get this right. Okay.
It looks like he's blowing a guy, right? Like he's giving the old two-hander there.
It kind of does.
Kinda? Do you need to see it again? Hold on. You need to see it again. I don't think. Maybe you couldn't see it. Do you see it?
I saw it.
Okay.
All right. You ready for this quiz?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. Okay. We have 20 questions, Dustin. Are you ready?
Christ. Yeah.
Okay. The Preakness Stakes ran on May 16th, and for the first time in its history, not at Pimlico.
What?
Where was it held, and who won?
Okay. So option 1 is Churchill Downs, Laurel Park, Belmont Park, Keenanland. So Churchill Downs is the location for the
Derby we saw.
And
also, the
Belmont,
horse that won was Golden Tempo at Churchill Downs, Napoleon Solo at Laurel Park, Taj Mahal at Belmont, and Incredibolt at Keeneland. So the horse matters too.
This is location and horse?
Yes.
I don't feel like
where was it held and who won?
Okay, well this gets easier because I don't think so obviously A is out. I think C is out also because I'm pretty sure that's the location of the third leg of the Triple Crown, which leaves me with Laurel Park and Keenanland, and I will just split those because I don't know. Incredibolt is my nickname, so I'm going to go with Cred.
Wrong. You were almost there, though.
yeah,
It was Laurel Park.
Yeah.
When I first saw, I haven't done all these, but I thought it was Taj Mahal that won, but he was the favorite.
Why would it
Didn't
be
win.
Belmont Park?
Yeah, that's a
Belmont
good question.
Park's the next
Good
race.
point. Yeah.
It's a
So
longer
the Preakness,
track.
the Preakness moved to Laurel Park because Pimlico is being renovated. I wonder if, like the ballroom. Napoleon Solo.
Is it for drones? Is it protecting from drones?
Maybe.
Okay. Let's do the next question. We got 20 of these.
Hold on. Napoleon Solo, 10-1 long shot, won going away. The favorite, Taj Mahal, led early and then collapsed to finish 10th.
Okay.
Allen is professionally devastated. Okay.
Probably could have skipped that. I appreciate the work though. So
Trump.
Our friend Max hit the try and the exacta on that race. Couldn't give me good advice. Couldn't give me good advice. We're up at the Kentucky Derby, but
damn,
yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
All right. Question 2. Trump brought an extraordinary corporate delegation to Beijing for his China summit.
Yeah.
Which of these CEOs was not on the trip?
So we got Tim Apple, we got Elon Musk of Tesla, Jeff Kisses of Amazon. Jeff wasn't there.
You are correct, sir.
Yes.
All right. I won't read the thing.
Well, he put time into it. I do want it.
I'll read the next one.
Okay.
The U.S. Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier returned to Norfolk in May 2026.
Isn't it funny that they're like, we'll name an aircraft carrier after Ford and Reagan. We're not doing it. Is there a Jimmy Carter? They don't name him after Democrats, huh?
I don't think there is a Carter.
Gerald Ford was the accident. Like, come on. He was like Nixon. Nobody voted for Gerald Ford to be president.
This is true.
All right.
Returned to Norfolk in May 2026 after what was reportedly the longest carrier
Yeah.
deployment since when?
Vietnam War.
The end of the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
You are correct, sir. The Ford's deployment covering the Maduro raid, the Iran war, and more was the longest since the end of the Vietnam War. So you are...
So it went to Cyprus for repairs, and then I guess it just went home, huh? I thought it was spending time in the Middle East area.
Do you think they had some shore leave in Greece after that?
Maybe.
Who knows? All right. A ceasefire in the U.S.-Iran conflict held through May 2026. What concerning thing had the New York Times reported despite Trump's optimistic public claims? That Iran had selected a new supreme leader. Iran had rebuilt 30 of its 33 missile sites near the Strait of Hormuz.
It's got to be that one.
Iran was constructing a new underground nuclear reactor, or Iran had formed a military alliance with North Korea.
I'm going with B.
You are correct, sir. Despite Trump claiming victory, the Times reported Iran had already regained access to 30 of its 33 missile sites.
Well, we decimated them. We've severely destroyed them. I've seen them talking to generals in front of Congress, Alan.
So, and Jeff says, so mostly fine. All right.
What does he say? What?
So mostly fine. Jeff's editorializing.
The 30 of 33 being rebuilt is mostly fine. Yeah.
All right. Which country won Eurovision 2026? Held in Vienna with a performance described as an explosive, high-energy dance anthem. Was it Finland, Australia, Bulgaria, or Israel?
Okay, I'm going to not let it be Israel because I can't imagine that happening modern. I don't think that gets voted through.
Yeah.
Australia feels out of place. I'd like to see Australia win it. Isn't Finland historically good at the Eurovision somehow?
I'm
going to go with Finland. Part of me thinks it's going to be Bulgaria, but let's go Finland. Fucking Bulgarians.
Bulgaria.
Wow.
They won Eurovision for the first time with a song called Bangarenga.
I knew it.
Dara swept both the jury vote and the public. You were literally in Europe for this and you missed it.
I was told something I was wearing. Somebody asked me if I was doing Eurovision.
That's funny. I've never paid attention to Eurovision.
I thought it was a joke when they made that movie, and then
apparently it's a thing. All right.
It's a big deal.
All right. Gas prices hit a 4-year high in the U.S.
I think it's
in early May.
It wins it a lot. Sorry. Gas price. Okay.
As a direct result of the Strait of Hormuz crisis, what was the national average per gallon? We have 320.
In May?
Yes.
430.
Okay. All right. Look at you. Very confident.
I pay attention.
Yeah. The optics were not great, Jeff says. All right.
Some companies, that was the context of some companies having massive profits.
Right.
So it's working out great. You just got to be an oil executive or friend of the president. All you got to do is sign up. Todd Blanche even said it. All you have to do is say, hey, I've been affected by lawfare. You can just apply.
You just apply. There's $1.8 billion sitting there.
It's my money. I want it now. I have a large cash settlement and I need cash now. Cash with a K, like Patel.
Indeed. FBI
We didn't even
director.
talk about him. Oh, wait. Is that the sixth one?
7, yeah. FBI Director Kash Patel appeared before Congress in May of 2026.
Do you know what his name is? Do you know what cash is short for?
Oh, is it Kashmir or something?
You're going to laugh. I can't pronounce it the way it must be supposed to be pronounced. It's Cash App.
What?
Not the motherfucking Cash App.
Not the actual app.
Cash Yap.
Cash App.
Like what? Yeah, Cash Yap. Cash App.
Huh.
Yeah.
I understand why you'd shorten that. All right. What did a report in The Atlantic allege that caused the clash with Democrats? He had been using FBI planes for personal travel.
This is drinking.
He was conducting unauthorized surveillance of journalists. His alcohol use was impeding him from completing his duties.
Drinking. Yeah.
You go, okay, going with C. Going with C. You are correct, sir.
Nice. Does this keep track of how well I've been doing? I don't have to like.
It does. It does. I think you're doing very well. I think you've only missed one or two. Patel then sued the reporter who dropped another alcohol-related bombshell. Classic. All of this is true. All right, we're at number 8, Dustin. We're almost halfway through.
Almost halfway.
The Supreme Court struck down a key provision of the Voting Rights Act in May of 2026. What was the immediate practical effect?
B. Wait.
Well,
B.
Okay, let me read them for people that aren't watching. It blocked all mail-in voting in federal elections. It cleared the way for Alabama to use a controversial GOP-drawn electoral map in the midterms. It allows, this is me yelling at Jeopardy when they don't say the thing fast enough.
Yeah, but don't you do that because you want to like get on to the next question?
I do. All right, all right, fine.
Jeff won't get mad that we didn't hear the other ones that aren't right. B. It
Okay.
cleared the way for
B.
Alabama to use. Okay.
You are correct.
What was this? Okay.
We're at number 9.
His insight. Okay.
After the ceasefire, Iran announced new rules for the Strait of Hormuz. What absurd new requirement did they declare for commercial ships?
Did they make them go through their website or something?
They have to go through their portal.
They do though. Okay.
Ships must fly an Iranian courtesy flag.
What's that mean?
I don't know. Ships must have Iranian crew members aboard.
That's pretty absurd.
Ships must pay Iran a transit fee for safe passage.
Yeah.
Or ships must file 72-hour advance notice with the IRGC.
I think it's that last one because I think the third one is kind of obvious. So I don't think it's absurd. But they're not getting Iranian crew members. That would be absurd. I'm going D.
No, you were right the first
well,
time.
that's not that absurd. We always knew about that. It's absurd that this is the new world, but
right.
Yeah.
So they're charging a toll on roughly 20% of the world's oil supply. Bold move.
Something that they didn't think they could get away with doing prior to Trump doing this. Yeah.
No, this never would have happened.
They have learned a new feature about the world that we all share.
Yes. All right. Hey, we're halfway there. During the China summit, Xi Jinping issued a stark warning. What did he say would happen if the U.S. mishandled Taiwan? A, China would halt all trade immediately. B, China would accelerate its nuclear program. C, it would put the U.S.-China relationship in a great jeopardy. You're saying C.
Yeah.
You are correct. Xi's warning dominated the summit's opening, with official English language state media publishing the remarks for maximum emphasis.
And it was like sort of ambiguous, right? Like how it was said, but it was, it was. I mean, he was really smart with how he did things. Meanwhile, Trump goes out and he's like, "The country sucks." He says our country sucks, and he's right, but it's only because of Joe Biden. It's like, sir, you were president for 8 of the last 12 years.
Is it ironic that China is saying that
6 of the last 8 years, whatever I'm trying to say.
that it was ambiguous? All right, sorry. Beyond the Iran war and the Maduro raid, the Ford carrier group was also used as a launching pad for what other operations? So besides Maduro and Iran, a hostage rescue in Sudan, boarding parties seizing sanctioned oil tankers, evacuating U.S. citizens from Lebanon, or delivering humanitarian aid to Gaza?
I'm going with B, the oil tankers in the Pacific. I know it was down in the Pacific. It was all over the place. Yeah.
Of course it was. I mean, they're not delivering humanitarian aid to Gaza. That's not.
No.
That's definitely not.
That's
happening.
silly. Don't be silly.
Don't be silly. All right. You're doing very well.
Thank you.
By April 2026, tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz had fallen to what fraction of pre-war levels?
What's the lowest number on here?
Data from Kepler. 50%, 30%, 10%, or 5% of normal?
5.
Okay.
5. Like a handful of boats are going through there.
You are correct. It's 5%, which is so.
By the way, boats are getting around our blockade too. Like that's it's not like a big number, but
it's a few.
We'd like to act like we've stopped them, but there's still some.
Yeah, and there was reporting today that they think there's there were varying intelligence reports that there was 12 mines that they found, or maybe 10 that Iran.
That's enough, right?
That's
the
enough.
other thing that you didn't say that I was thinking of is that they're airlifting things. They're by truck transporting oil out. Like they're doing everything they can. Everybody's seen the video of the people on motorcycles with bags of oil. That's kind of funny, but
it's a very slow process.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Next question. We're on 13. 2 U.S. soldiers went missing in May 2026 while doing what and near where? So a training exercise near the DMZ in South Korea, a hike near Tantan, Morocco after African lion military exercises, a patrol near the Venezuelan coast, or a reconnaissance mission near the Iranian border in Iraq.
2 soldiers went missing. I don't know this one.
This is a tough one.
Okay. A training exercise near the DMZ in South Korea has my attention. A hike near Tantan, Morocco. Although I feel like that would be more salacious. I would have heard about it more. A patrol near Venezuelan coast also makes me think I'd hear about it more. I'm going to go with B because it's less, like it's more easily ignorable.
You say Morocco?
Yeah.
All right. You are correct. That was a big pool.
I'm good at like getting multiple choice down to 50-50, and then it's just kind of luck, yeah.
All right. We are on to the next. Question 14. Russia's Vladimir Putin made a notable public statement about Ukraine in May 2026. What did he say? Russia would accept a UN-supervised ceasefire. He believed Russia's invasion of Ukraine was coming to an end. Russia was willing to withdraw from all occupied territories, or he was open to direct talks with Zelensky for the first time.
I think it's that, and Zelensky said you can fuck yourself and bombed Moscow. I think it's D.
Okay. No, it's B. He did say, we talked about this on the show when you were gone, that he did say that he thought the invasion was coming to an end.
Well, he can say he thinks that. Like,
yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean anything, yeah.
They've already had direct talks with Zelensky, so that wouldn't be the first time. All right, let's go to 15. In mid-May,
Zelensky and Putin talked face-to-face?
Yes.
When?
Few months ago, I want to say. Didn't they? Am I wrong about that?
I don't know.
I believe that happened.
Okay.
Regardless, in mid-May, residents of a small Bavarian town were rattled when they learned they might lose their primary employer. What was the threat?
BMW.
This is a Bavarian town. A U.S. airbase closure as part of Trump's European troop withdrawal, a NATO weapons depot being moved to Poland, the local Bundeswehr base being converted to a migrant processing center, or U.S. troops being redeployed from Germany to the Strait of Hormuz.
I would have gone with D if they said redeployed to like Poland or whatever, right? Because they were talking about U.S. airbase closure as part of Trump's European truth. I think A. So I think A is still what I was thinking.
Okay. You are correct. Very nice. So yeah, this is when Trump had his hissy fit about MERS talking shit.
Yeah, MERS was like, Trump has no plan.
Right.
This is all consequential to that, right?
Yep.
And that's the primary employer to all those people. Read what Jeff has to say there, because I'm good with headlines. I don't even know where I saw this.
Trump's threatened withdrawal of U.S. troops from Europe had the town of Wislek, Germany, in a panic. The mayor found out his town was on the list from a journalist during a press conference. So I guess he didn't even know until it happened live on TV. All right. Number 18. Trump's China summit ended without major formal deals, but with one concrete future plan. What was it? A formal mutual defense treaty covering Taiwan.
It seems like a big deal.
Xi Jinping will make a state visit to the U.S. in the fall, a joint U.S.-China space mission for 2028, or a 90-day trade deal freeze with binding arbitration.
I think it's B because I feel like it's either B or D. I just feel like D would have been bigger news. Yeah, I think she's coming back. Xi's coming to the U.S.
You are correct. Trump invited Xi to visit the U.S. in September 2026, and he accepted. China's foreign ministry called the summit historical.
Okay. Dude, I'm doing great on this.
You are. You're killing it. The Iran-U.S. war has cost the United States how much per reporting in May 2026? About $4.5 billion, over $12 billion, more than $29 billion,
D.
Or
Big
classified, but estimates top $50 billion. You're
yeah,
going
I've
with
seen,
the big
I've
number.
seen a lot bigger than 50.
Somebody isolate that. Okay.
Fuck.
29. The Iran war cost the U.S. more than $29 billion. That is a lot of Negronis,
Dustin. Do you think anybody got the joke when I was playing the Jay-Z and Kanye?
I think, yeah.
Inwards in Paris.
I think they did. All right.
Hey, Alan.
Yes.
Sort of like back of the envelope math. I've seen estimates that the global economy is out like $700 billion with this war. And that's when you factor in things like the obvious stuff about like shipping disruptions, famine, lack of agriculture, lack of helium for chips, all that kind of stuff. But also when you include the war costs, including taking the actual damage to all our bases in that region into account and not just the lies that the government said about none of those bases getting fucked. Those places are fucked, man. And they certainly, part of why we're probably pretty chill about having a ceasefire right now is how exposed we are, and we don't want to admit the actual capacity that Iran still has. Which is not to say that we don't have good air defense in that area. I mean, well, I don't know. They didn't get fucked because our air defense worked. I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong. All that system just matters on whether you can overload it or not.
Yeah, and I saw some reporting today saying that some of those bases where we had actual, soldiers killed, they didn't have adequate warning of what the U.S. was planning to do, and they didn't have adequate medical supplies.
U.S. bases.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, and they didn't have adequate medical supplies on hand, and if they did have both of those things, people probably would have not died. So that fucking sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's specifically that one, like double wide, basically, right? Like,
yes.
That was that one. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're on to 18. During the summit, Trump told Fox News that which issue was the most important thing that she raised during their talks? A, fentanyl and drug trafficking. B, trade tariffs and currency manipulation. C, Taiwan. D, the Iran nuclear program.
Iran nuclear program. He was bragging about how she promised that, or she agreed that the most important thing, that it was important not to let. I'm going with the nuclear program.
It was Taiwan. Trump said Taiwan was the single most important issue for Xi. Trump said he wants things to stay the way it is. Xi said nothing and smiled. Yeah,
See that dumb handshake? He tried to power move him, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm definitely ready for this."
Yeah, I saw.
Fucking Easter Island him. He's just like.
All right, we're almost there, Dustin. Cannes 2026 opened its 79th
film festival.
Yes, edition on May 12th, mine and Tasha's birthday.
Hey.
What other massive European event?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to look something up. Go ahead.
What other massive European event had its first semifinal on the exact same evening? Was it the Champions League final in Madrid, Eurovision's first semifinal in Vienna, the FA Cup final at Wembley, or the French Open at Roland Garros?
It wasn't the French Open. What was C?
The FA Cup final at Wembley. Or Europe.
I think it was Eurovision, but we already had a Eurovision question.
You can have more than one. There's no rules. You're going to Eurovision?
Yeah.
Okay. You are correct.
Yes.
May 2026 decided to schedule everything at once. All right.
Dude, how'd I do?
We have one question left.
Oh.
Finishing strong. While Dustin was sipping Negronis, the U.S. was simultaneously running active military operations in Iran, plus which 3 other countries? We have...
Somalia.
Okay. Only one of these has Somalia. Iraq, Syria, and Somalia. Are you locking that in, or do you want to hear the rest?
What are my other choices?
You have Venezuela, Lebanon, and Ukraine. You have Russia, Yemen, and Libya. The aforementioned Iraq, Syria, and Somalia, or Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan.
We were doing military operations?
Mm-hmm. In Iran, plus 3 other countries.
Somalia. Yeah, Iraq, Syria, and Somalia. That actually makes sense.
Okay. You are correct, sir. Hell yeah, dude. I think you killed it. We're going to see your results in a second.
I don't like that. What are you, a doctor?
Operation Inherent Resolve, counter ISIS. Syria was counter ISIS airstrikes and partner force support, and Somalia was ongoing counterterrorism. Plus, Iran 4 simultaneous theaters while Dustin was on vacation.
I was having a lot of Negronis.
You had a 14 out of 20.
Wow.
B. You get a B. Not bad for a guy with a Negroni. You kept up with the big stuff. Welcome home. The world was a lot. That was fantastic, Jeff.
Yeah, that was like, I would love this more. I sorry, immediately respond with, but I want more sugar. It was like just a total thrill to actually be able to.
And usually I'm the one answering the question, so it's fun to be the quiz master instead of.
I love being able to like showcase something that the listeners make too. So I really appreciate that, man. And I can feel myself getting groggy. Could you see it? I keep pretending like I'm not yawning. I'm like, oh wow. Oh, it's 7 hours ahead for me. When you said that thing about, there was something about Cannes Film Festival, it reminded me that this guy in Amsterdam came and stopped me and Natasha and said he just finished doing a movie with Brad Pitt. And I was deciding to look it up, but I don't think he was in Amsterdam. I think the guy was just on, I think he like finished watching a movie with Brad Pitt. I'm mumbling. I'm sorry.
He stopped you in the streets to tell you this?
Yeah. Well, he stopped me to tell me that I look very handsome.
Oh.
And then he looked at Natasha and was like, "You're very pretty too."
Like she was the afterthought.
This was not Paris. I'm telling you, this is. Yeah. So he was filming, but this was in March. So I don't know. This guy was drunk also. He was an old man walking his golden retriever. It was the end of a long day for me and Natasha too. Just like right now, this is a long day. Alan?
Yeah?
I wanted to play some clips about Ballroom from today, but I guess we can play it tomorrow in the hidden track.
We can play it tomorrow. Yeah.
Can I do, you know, Donald Trump has a history of, okay, so here's the deal. Blanche had his testimony in front of the Senate today, right?
Yes.
Or the House, Congress,
Senate.
right? Okay.
Senate.
And Trump knew that was going to get bad headlines because it was about the fucking grift committee, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Trump went out and started talking about Ballroom.
A job on the reflecting legs.
And sorry. He's standing here talking about Ballroom, but they also asked him about the reflecting. So there's the reflecting pool, right? And he repainted the reflecting pool. And then there's issues because when they painted it, the blue is uneven and splotchy, and they're having trouble finding blue that matches. Mm-hmm. Also, because of how it's made, they wanted it to not leak as much, I guess, as it was. So they're having problems with it pitting and leaking. Now, that makes sense. But if you're an idiot, you'd say, we made a pond that's waterproof, which I present to you, the president.
I'm doing a job on the reflecting legs for a fraction of what they paid.
Reflecting
now
leg.
I've upgraded it I got so.
reflecting lake, Alan.
Reflecting lake, yeah.
I got so into it, I've upgraded it like you wouldn't believe. I'm doing all the walkways outside. I'm doing it properly. But it's a much bigger job.
Sir, you have a war and ceasefire to. I don't brag about. I got into it on the reflecting lake.
It's a much bigger job. But you see, it's happening now. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be waterproof. It's going to be reflecting again.
Alan, the water is going to be reflecting and waterproof.
It's going to be reflecting again. Make America reflect again. You know,
you heard it here first. The president promised us a waterproof lake.
That reflects.
Now, before I saw Big Black Clarinet, I was going to call this show Waterproof Lake, but I think Big Black Clarinet is pretty...
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Is that inappropriate?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why you should do it.
Okay. Are we too immature too often?
Oh, I don't know.
It's part of our charm.
We can't stop being us.
I got this pin at the Stafford in England. I looked at the guy. I was like, I'm going to steal this. He's like, don't pretend. Just do it. It's fine. I was like, I don't have to pretend like I'm going to give it back and then put it in my pocket. He's like, no, just have it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Waterproof lake. This guy has an issue with fucking water, right? This is him. Never forget. This is him talking about like some hurricane. Here.
Hurricane. One of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
From one of the wettest. From the that's the man that. But that's the man that brings you a waterproof lake. Yeah. I'm showcasing this far in the show because I think that he intended to hijack the news cycle by saying dumb shit about like here's ballroom. Here's ballroom. Alan. He's talking about ballroom. He's talking about how it's going to like, he's like drones will doink off the top of it. He fucking says that. Okay. Like he doesn't say doink. He's like, they'll run into it and they'll just bounce off. It's like, I don't think you know how explosives work.
This is all my money and donors' money. This is tax-free. Congress is approving money for security. It may go, some of it may...
When he says it's all my money and donors' money, like you're describing how grifts work and kickback structures work.
Yep.
Like, okay.
They go here for additional security. I don't know, but Congress is approving money. But this building, I mean, I put up the money, built this building, along with a lot of great patriots. They have a budget in Secret Service and the military to do some of the work that you see right here. It's necessary for the ballroom to be built with what you see, and the ballroom is really a shield and protects.
This is so annoying.
All of the things that are built here. These are all different rooms down here. They're building a hospital. They're building, it's a military hospital. They're building all sorts of research facilities, also meeting rooms and rooms that go hand in hand for the military.
He's just making things up, dude.
What are they researching? They have a massive drone capacity. Not only is it drone proof, if a drone hits it, it bounces.
It's a ballroom, sir. Like the idea was this is where you have large groups of people, but let's also make it a fucking bomb shelter. Okay.
It won't have any impact.
Oh, I talked over. This is the best part, actually.
Proof. If a drone hits it, it bounces off.
It just falls to the ground. It just bounces off. It bounces. It actually bounces into Mexico.
It won't have any impact, but it's also meant as a drone port, so it protects all of Washington. It can stop just about anything. Just about anything.
That's the ballroom, Alan.
Wow, it's a drone port.
At one point that wasn't in that clip where he goes, there's going to be snipers on the roof, and our snipers, not enemy snipers. It's like, yeah,
which snipers did you think we thought?
Not the people that are constantly trying to kill me. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Different ones.
Yeah. Different snipers, yeah. Oh, boy. Well, I got to all of that, which I think we'll skip. I have some good best of the left that we can probably put into next week's show. I feel weird, Alan. I feel lightheaded and fuzzy in the brain department.
Not fancy free.
No. The fancy is very encumbered. Good use of encumbered?
Sure. Encumbered.
It doesn't get used enough. People don't say Great Scott either anymore.
It's true.
It's really just the Doc from Back to the Future. Did people say it before that?
I'm sorry. I was trying to think of the Encumber song. Sorry, it got stuck in my head.
Cumbersome by Seven Mary 3?
Cumbersome, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could still do that. I could pull random late 90s grunge wannabes, right? Like they're doing Pearl Jam voice effects.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, 7 Mary 3.
Eddie Vedder wannabes, yeah.
Yeah. I know something about that too. 7 Mary 3 was like a character name in a movie, I think. But yeah. Have become. I'm not going to play the culture war music. Well, I was going to talk about Thomas Massey down here. I didn't have a quote for him. Well, rest in peace, Thomas Massey, MIT engineer, thorn in the side of the president, a conservative and libertarian that at many times, if you were in another world, we could just not like him for being a Republican, right? But in this era, he's someone that stood up for what he believed in, and I think he had good principles. I may not have agreed with his stance on immigration, and I think that people that are too principled sometimes, I think, but you know what? That's fine. May he rest in peace. I have a quote of his. This was in 2016. This is in response to, at the time, Rand Paul had a bit of a sort of an outside shot at the candidacy in 2016. This is in the context of Trump winning and, people like Rand Paul not winning. So all this time, this is the quote from Tom Massey. All this time, I thought they were voting for libertarian Republicans. But after some soul searching, I realized when they voted for Rand and they voted for Ron Paul and they voted for me in those primaries, they weren't voting for libertarian ideas. They were voting for the craziest son of a bitch in the race. And Donald Trump won best in class, as we had up until he came along. And I think the lesson learned is that since then, nobody has outclassed him in that regard. That's calcified into just Trump alone and whether his endorsement supports you. And there was a time period where his endorsement seemed to lose power. But in a primary where the most inspired voters show up, that's where you still get your MAGAs, where the casual Republicans and independents do not show up. And this is how you get extreme politics. It's not good. And it's too bad to see someone like Massey actually leave, because he was able to get the Epstein Files bill passed through, and they're going to replace him with a novice. Speaking of things to kind of surprise me, you would not believe it, Alan, but they updated the Media Offender of the Week again.
Oh, did they?
Yep. And here it is. It's Jimmy Kimmel.
So on Thursday, 3 days before the event, in order to keep that...
Yeah, so that's a couple weeks old now because of when we did the show. But fake news talk show host Jimmy Kimmel displayed a fake video of First Lady Melania saying she had a glow like an expected widow. They're just putting his jokes on the page. That's kind of weird.
They are. So that's the third update so far in the last year, I think, since they've been done
just round it up to a year.
Close,
yeah. We had a good streak. Rest in peace, Capitol Attack quote. I have a little bit to go out on to play us out.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the map of shark attacks in the USA?
I have not.
Where would you predict they take place?
Florida.
Okay.
Maybe like Southern California.
Okay. All the way up California. Come on, man. You know the Bay Area's got lots of great whites.
Maybe like maybe up there by Maine, Massachusetts, somewhere up there, maybe.
A little too high. You're thinking of Jaws. But you've got North South Carolina, Gulf Coast.
Okay.
Hawaii. Don't forget Hawaii, Alan.
Oh, sure.
Now, I'm going to share this tab. Do you notice anything?
What's the one in the middle?
That's Iowa.
What the fuck? How?
There are 0 recorded unprovoked shark attacks in Iowa. That's a sentence. There are 0 recorded unprovoked shark attacks in Iowa. Deserves a lot more unpacking than we're going to give time for.
What the hell?
Hey, it's like a stick. Like, oh shit, shark can jump. They got him in a tank like Ace Ventura. It's not Snowflake. It's not Snowflake. Because it's a landlocked state, shark encounters in the U.S. are exclusively coastal, with the vast majority of incidents taking place along the Florida. So in Iowa, there was a place called Blue World Aquarium, I believe is what it's called. And prior to it being shut down, there was a provoked shark attack, apparently.
It's like a SeaWorld in Iowa where they...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The location of America's only inland shark attack, 1,100 miles from the ocean, is shut down. And this is from this year. Oh, shit. This is current news. Wow. This is current. Well, hold on. I can make a clip out of this. I haven't heard anybody else talking about this. Blue Zoo. This episode is brought to you by Blue Zoo. Blue Zoo, a hands-on aquarium in Des Moines, Iowa.
Hands-on aquarium. That's the problem. That's
the problem.
Yeah.
Remember, it said unprovoked. Will close its doors on May 25th, less than 2 years after opening. That is a strip mall. That is a strip mall.
That might have used to been a Bed Bath & Beyond, possibly.
Gosh, that looks too small to be a Bed Bath. I don't know. It's got that little vestibule, right? Yeah. They even had those vestibules in West Coast, huh?
They did.
That was a weird thing about that. Blue Zoo, Des Moines. Who did he get bit by? What kind of shark is it? Bamboo shark? A bamboo shark.
Oh,
bamboo
come on.
Shark. Bamboo shark. It bit a hand, forcing staff to euthanize the animal to free the worker. Oh, it didn't let go. That looks like an algae eater. Pussy. They had to kill that shark. What? Did it have a name?
No, they don't name them.
This is just a picture website. They just put captions underneath pictures. That was the chair.
Thank you for clarifying.
Where toddlers touch stingrays for the first time, birthday candles are blown out. I'd like to get a name for this shark.
It was a shark petting zoo.
It's a shark petting zoo. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, wow. Okay, well, we're never going to get the name. I was hoping there was like a Harambe or something like that, but...
No Harambe for us.
No, dicks out for shark. Yeah. These ads on this website are driving me crazy. Really, shockingly, when I saw the damage to my foot, I was grateful that I had my foot and all my toes.
It's a great quote.
That's a great quote.
Yeah. Fantastic.
It felt like one of your friends was messing with you and just grabbed your foot and gave it a tug. I knew it was not good. It was firm, strong grip on my foot, and sharp metallic.
Do your friends often grab your foot to mess with you?
No.
I've never had this happen.
No. This guy had no business. You know, if you get bit in the foot by a shark, I think it's your fault.
At a shark petting zoo, yes.
At a shark petting zoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good find, man. That was nice.
Yeah, I'm reading. I should stop because it's time to end the show. All right. Well, if you would like to support this fine program, head on over to nonetakenpod.com, and we'll be back in a couple of days with some more dumb bullshit.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Have fun storming the castle.
Jeeves, bring me the battery acid.
It's not
John.
for women.
When a guy's banging you,
Y'all let me in his damn house.
oh, how about that?
Come in the name of peace.
LMFAO.
What in the world is this?
Trump's pee-pee.
Why would you say something that stupid?
I come without explanations or solutions.
I'm a very sexy lady, cat turd.
I will not suffer this harlot.
How great! An anti-American Marxist.
Ted Cruz, go fuck yourself.
Read the news.
China is asshole.
God bless the United States.
Bye-bye.
Podcasting.
How the fuck do we do a 2-hour fucking show?
Cheers. That was fun.
Cheers. Drive safe. Alan, just real quick.
Yeah.
How did we do a 2-hour show?
You made it. You survived. I had coffee.
Dumb. Why was this so long? I didn't have enough coffee. Was this a good show?
It was a good show. I had a good time.
All right. It's like the meme. Was I a good show? No. You're the best show.
The best show.